So our Whissel widget of the week. This is something that we use in our life, in our business, saves us time, makes us money, or just helps us have a little more fun. Jarrod, what do you have for us?
So I got a call from, it's funny, when you brought this up, I was like, this is going to be a great widget. I wanted to tell Kyle, and it's funny, like I had this widget and I was like, oh, Kyle should use this. And then you asked me to do this podcast. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to use it. So we got dropped by an insurance company being in California, no shocker there, and had to find a new insurance company. And because they were leaving California. Well, Farmers said they would, but Farmers said, we'll insure you, but you have to get a whole house water monitoring system installed on your water line. I was like, what is that? And the agent was like, honestly, this just happened as of a week ago. They're starting this whole thing. And I called people that are plumbers. They're like, what is that? And I was like, so I started researching. And it's a piece that I bought, and there's a couple main companies, but Moen is one of them. And it installed on my main water line going into my house. And it's done via it's just a Wi-Fi. And it basically tracks your usage of your water in real time. And what it will do is if it finds an abnormality in it and something weird, it shuts off your water. So if you are getting a leak, it will send you an alert on your phone, and then it will just shut off your water. And if for some reason there's something weird because your sprinklers went off on an unusual time, you can turn it back on and that kind of thing. But now I have an app on my phone that tracks literally gallons every day on how much water we've used, and we can, it saves us because it's a little more in your face on how much water you're using, but B, it's allowing me to get my homeowner's insurance. And C, but they even said that if it wasn't allowed, a lot of homeowners insurance companies are giving discounts if you have that installed. So if they're not requiring it, you can still get it. It's actually really nice because then if you leave out of town, you can actually turn off your water remotely, and then that way you don't have to worry about a pipe bursting or something. Because 2 houses down, just like a month ago, they had a whole leak and they all got flooded under their house. They had no idea. So you can turn off your water remotely. You can have it set up for alarms. There's even pieces that you can buy that plug in under your sink. So any more direct contact that will send a signal to it, and will turn off your water.
Did you have to have someone install that, or did you do it yourself?
So I did not I did not install it myself. It's relatively easy, but you have to cut your main line water and this and that. I didn't want to deal with that. Yeah, so you can get a plumber. The piece was $400. I found ones that were like $350. As cheap as other companies. Kohler has one that's $350. And then I had a plumber do it. The cost I think was $500 for the install. Okay. So I'm in it for about $1,000 or less total, but when it allows me to get homeowners insurance, and B, it can save me a lot of money in the long run, and C, if they're not requiring it, could save you some money already per month on your homeowners insurance.
That's cool. That's something I've never heard of. I appreciate you experiencing and sharing that.
Yeah.
That's one of our core values.
Yeah.
Mine is not nearly as cool. I have not used it yet, but I saw I saw a TikTok about it, and I thought this guy was out of his mind. But as he showed the whole thing, it was really cool. He was like, you don't need Spotify anymore. I'm like, I love Spotify. What are you talking about? And he's like, you could replace it with YouTube. And I was like, no. I don't want to watch YouTube stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you pay the $16 or $20 a month or whatever, and it's just ads free. That's what I thought it was. Well, apparently they have built, either they didn't advertise it well or I never heard it, but they've built a Spotify competitor within YouTube that has where you can make playlists and all these lists of songs. It's not just like royalty-free music. It's not like you go to YouTube and play a video. It's actually like a Spotify for like $3 more per month than Spotify Premium is. And now you get ad-free, which at my house, every time an ad comes on, my 3-year-old Elliot will go, uh-oh, and then we don't do anything. Uh-oh, he just gets louder and louder. It's pretty funny. But it's a whole Spotify competitor within YouTube. So
what is it called, YouTube?
Yeah, I think it's like YouTube Music or something.
Okay, it's YouTube Music.
So one, if you're already paying for it, I know Kyle pays for it, check it out, see if you like it. And two, if you're paying for Spotify and it, see if you can replace it. Mm-hmm. Something I'm going to look into. Okay. So that's my widget this week. I don't know exactly what it's called. I should have figured it out, but I think it's YouTube. If you Google it, you'll figure it out.
Yeah, the piece, just because I didn't mention, was by Moen. It's called, the piece is called Flo. So it's Moen Flo.
Okay.
Is the
That's
actual.
Funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I was like, I told my girlfriend, I was like, yeah, I found this, like, yeah, I got to download the Flow app. And she was like, is that tracking my cycle? And I was like, no.
I always think progressive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it for this week's podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Wait. Before you leave, I want to share some more tips and tricks that we're using in our business to take it to that next level. Just click right here. And don't forget to subscribe. Click right here.